Well, the book called The Teachings of Jesus Unplugged, written by a gardener in Australia. Jesus does use a lot of gardening symbology. That's one of the beautiful things about him, his connection to nature and using nature. The sower of the seed parable, his words are the seeds, of course, that's what saved you. He said that 17 times. His blood doesn't save you. It's his words that save you. He said so. It's his words that make you clean. He said so at the Last Supper to the disciples. You are already clean because of the words I've given you. His blood on the cross is about he had two bodies. He let them kill his body of flesh, which was going to die one day anyway, and go back to the earth and rot, and it did. And his spiritual body left in its beautiful, perfect form. And he appeared to them in his beautiful, perfect spiritual body, and then went off to heaven. He only briefly appeared to them, so then they understood what he was always talking about. We've got two bodies. Flesh only gives birth to flesh. Spirit only gives birth to spirit. Marvel not that I tell you, you've got to be born again into your spiritual body. That's the one that leaves. The body of flesh can be fed to the vultures. He said that. It's in the Gospels. So it's a beautiful understanding, which I've always known, but I never bothered sort of talking about it, because I left the Jewish Christian Catholic Church when I was 16, because they were teaching the lie that Yahweh is the same God as Jesus and he's coming on the clouds and to kill and starvation and stuff. Oh, blimey, I'm taking Jesus with me and we're going. Come on, Jesus. At 16 I left, but I took him with me because he inspired me with his words, and that's all I ever saw anyway in the Catholic Jewish Christian Church. I only paid attention to his words. By a real blessing from heaven, they made sure I only saw his words, and I understood the parables really quite well, even from a young age. And I loved them. I really just loved them. And I wondered, when I was a young child in church, when they read the Old Testament, when they will read from the Old Testament, and they'd read something about Daniel or something, I think, why are they reading the Jewish religion to us? We're not Jews. Even as a young child, heaven blessed me with absolute clarity. I'm not a Jew. I don't worship the God of the Jews either. And I don't, because Yahweh's a two-headed God, of course, war and peace. Jesus is only love. So it's been a really interesting journey for me in the last 5 years to return to the Christian churches here in Melbourne. They're Jewish Christian. There are no Christian churches. They're all Jewish churches with Jesus as an addition. They're Jewish churches because they worship Yahweh, the Jewish God, you see. If you worship Yahweh, you're a Jew. It's that simple. If you worship the God of Jesus, the loving spiritual creator who's only love, whom the Yahweh God of love is a limited version of, but similar to, but not the loving spiritual one of everyone. So Jesus is telling us it's a different God. Don't mix the new wine in with the old wine, whatever you do. Don't do that. And of course, the Bible, one wineskin, two wines, the old and the new. And so, Jesus goes, oh no, they've mixed the new wine in with the old wine in one wineskin. They've called it the Bible. Oh, blimey. I told them not to do that. Oh, look what they've done now. They've taken the book of Daniel and they've stuck it in next to my Gospels on love and non-violence. And oh, blimey, look what they're saying about me. I'm coming on the clouds to starve children to death. Don't they remember the loaves and fishes? Don't they remember that? Oh, look, they're saying I'm going to put sores on children's body that are horrible and make them in great pain. Don't they know I healed the sick? Oh, look, they got me inciting armies to kill each other. Don't they remember I told them to love your enemies? Oh, blimey, who put this bloody book in amongst my teachings? Of course, it was an apocalyptic Jew who hates Jesus, hates the loving Creator, who hates Christians. That was put in by an apocalyptic Jew, what you might call an undercover agent, to destroy the connection to the loving spiritual Creator in the heavenly spiritual world of love, to destroy Jesus' image as a beautiful child of love and non-violence, and turn him into Satan. If you're praying for Jesus to come back on the clouds, my friends, in your Jewish Christian churches, you are praying for Satan to come back. Don't you see? Jesus doesn't do those things. He did the opposite things. That's not Jesus talking. That's an apocalyptic Jew making it all up. Very clever, very cunning, very well done. There's a little bit of truth peppered in it, He knows a bit about the Christians, whoever wrote this. Some sayings there even sound like Jesus, no worries. He could easily find those. They were kicking around on letters all over the place. People knew about them. But the main thing is he wanted to destroy the image of Jesus and turn the God of Jesus back into Yahweh. Christians were poisoned by that book to start looking back to Yahweh. Go back and worship Yahweh, because Yahweh kills and murders you if you do anything wrong. That's not the God of Jesus, that's Yahweh. That's their walk. So it's been a really interesting experience. I said to him, I'm just a gardener. I don't know if I can write this. I can see what's gone wrong. And Jesus said, well, look, they got no idea they're brainwashed. They're poisoned by the Jewish religion. And I said, yeah, I can see that. And he said, look, no one's there to defend me. That stinking evil book, Revelations, someone's got to speak up on my behalf down there. And I'm not that person coming on the clouds. That's Satan. I said, yeah, I know that. But I don't know if I can do a good job for you. I'm a gardener, I'm not a writer. He said, just write from your heart, Christopher. That's all you have to do. So, I sorted it all out. I hope I left no doubt. My good friend, from the beginning to the very end, you were only love. You were only love. You were only love. You were only love. So I sorted it all out for him as best as I could. I hope the Jewish Christian churches start collapsing from being Jewish Christians and convert back to being the original intention of the churches founded by Jesus to be only Christian. Cut all ties with the Jewish religion, rip out the book of Revelations and burn it, and begin to look more at sort of Buddha's teachings on how to clean your mind out, clean the inside of the cup. Christian churches should have meditation sessions in the service where you think of this divine mind of love, a loving mind that you have yourself, which is your spiritual mind of love. In the church, a meditation session, even for 10 minutes, guided by a Christian priest, not a Jewish Christian priest, guiding you to this perfect loving creator. The Christian churches have to combine meditational aspects of concentrating on your spiritual body of love in the church during the service. Have Holy Communion still. That's a beautiful remembrance of him. You're taking this bit of bread that represents the teachings of Jesus inside your body. That's good. You better be clean inside, to take that inside. It's a nice. I like Holy Communion, so it's a nice sort of remembrance, but it's not his blood and flesh. Forget about that stuff. It's about his words. You're taking in his words. He who drinks from my mouth will become like me. That's what he said. So look, it's just been really wonderful to do the work. I never thought I'd be doing this in my sort of 60s, because I never bothered about figuring out what's gone wrong. I just left with Jesus. I said, come on, Jesus, let's get out of here. They're saying you're going to do all these bad things. Okay, Chris, I'm coming with you. And he's been with me ever since. Thank heavens. So it's been a great pleasure. Very difficult because I've been really ill with this neurotoxic fungal infection in the lungs and stuff, and spread to the bones. But I'm working on it, and I'm in constant communion with heaven. I'm always talking to him all the time. And anyway, so that's my offering to the world. And I'd love to see some Christian churches start up that cut the Bible in two and get rid of the Jewish religion. That's not the same God as Jesus. So don't study it. There's no need to. There's a bit of love there, but there's love in Buddha's teachings. There's love in the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Sikh religion, Hindu religion. There's love all over the place. And there's some in the Jewish religion. But it's not only love and non-violence. Clearly, there's two gods. So don't study it. It poisons you, So be careful. Just stay with Jesus' words. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I hope I worked it all out. I hope I left no doubt. You're only love. Anyway, there you go. So there's a little sort of just my tail ending sort of thing, the coda, as they say in musical terms, that I've done my best to separate the new wine out from the old wine and to free up Jewish Christians from the poison of the Jewish religion that has blurred who Jesus and the loving spiritual creator really are. And it's very important that the Christian churches now change, revise their whole setup, their whole teachings. The foundation of their teaching should not be Yahweh and the Jewish religion at all. It should just be Jesus' words. That's all. They're Christians. They should not be Jewish, worshipping the Jewish God. If you worship Yahweh, you're a Jew. What else can you say? It's the fact. Jesus, God, is not Yahweh. She is only love, or he is only love. So anyway, there you go. That's my gift to the world. How many people are going to look at this video and read your book, Chris? I think maybe, you mean the whole world? Yeah, the whole world. Pretty important book. Maybe 5. Well, at least you're realistic. Bye.